Unrest continues to grip eastern Ukraine now as activists in 3 cities demand a referendum on their future. Well, the West, meanwhile, says the turmoil is orchestrated by Moscow. i24News reporter Danny Swibel has the details.
Pro-Russian protesters continue to push for control of the 3 eastern Ukrainian cities of Donetsk, Kharkiv, and Luhansk, demanding a referendum on the city's future. Ukraine authorities, for their part, continue the fight to take the cities back after seizing control of the regional administration building in Kharkiv earlier Tuesday. Other residents in these cities, unsure if they want to be independent or remain a part of Ukraine, remain uncomfortably in the middle. These latest actions have sent a shockwave through the international community. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says these protests and attempted takeover of these cities do not seem to be a spontaneous set of events, but rather appear to be a carefully orchestrated campaign with Russian support. The head of NATO warned Russia of grave consequences over Ukraine and urged Moscow to alter its course after pro-Kremlin militants seized government buildings.
Russia's illegal aggression against Ukraine is the greatest challenge to Europe's security in a generation. And I urge Russia to step back and not escalate the situation in eastern Ukraine.
But in what has been typical Russian fashion as of late, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov dismissed U.S. accusations that Moscow was destabilizing Ukraine and said the situation could improve only if Kiev took account of the interests of regions with a significant Russian-speaking population.
We are deeply convinced, and nobody has so far challenged this conviction, that the situation cannot be calmed down and changed into national dialogue if the Ukrainian authorities go on ignoring the interests of the southeastern regions of the country.
Meanwhile, pro-Russian protesters remained in control of the regional administration building in Donetsk on Tuesday as unrest continues to spread across the region.
And authorities in Kiev say that pro-Russian separatists have seized a building in Luhansk, mined it, and are now holding about 60 hostages. The separatists say they will stay put for as long as it takes to force a referendum on the region's status within Ukraine. Well, staying in Ukraine, as the country's parliament convened for an urgent discussion of the surge in separatism, an all-out brawl erupted between delegates from the Communist Party, who backed ousted President Viktor Yanukovych, and delegates from the far-right nationalist Swibel Party. Well, Petro Simonenko, leader of the Ukrainian Communists, was attacked after he accused nationalists of playing into the hands of Russia by adopting extreme tactics early in the Ukraine crisis. He also claimed armed forces were attacking people who wanted to defend their rights by peaceful means.